everybody trying to be content creators and trying to go viral. You want to go viral?
Okay, you want to go viral. Let's go viral then.
Say let.
Let go.
Let's embrace it. Let's love it. Let's enjoy it. And let's give them the experience of their life. That's Roswell for you, baby. Come together. And guys, this is Speaking Out Loud. I appreciate you guys joining us. Don't forget to share and dance like you just don't care. It's early in the morning. Let's have a day. And like I said, be a friend. Tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. Shout out PMS.
Good morning and welcome to Speaking Out Loud. I am your host, Rene Ruiz. And of course, on this beautiful Thursday, coming out of Roswell, New Mexico, to kick off the NFL Week 15 season. The one with the buys, the one with the tries, the one with the broad chest. Maybe the alarm didn't quite go off when it should have. Or maybe he's just a bit scared. But John Borba, as of right now, is a no-show. Somebody check on him and see if the alarm is going off. Or if it's just fear running down his body as he's afraid to face off against the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. Vikings versus Cowboys. That's going to be a fun one. You know, boys and ladies, I would tell you, we are going to have a watch along with me and JB. That should be interesting. We should, hopefully, we will see a live crash out from him. I know some of us might be hoping that the crash out is from the Dallas Cowboys because they have more at stake. Our playoff hopes that are still alive, that are sitting at 9% according to ESPN. But that all can change if the Philadelphia Eagles drop an easy one to Kenny Pickett and the Las Vegas Raiders. I think that's a big deal, Jay. Kenny Pickett being announced as starter yesterday. Geno Smith is going to be out. I don't know if that's a big hit for the Raiders. I think that's actually a positive. If anything, that may be a positive for the Raiders. But I guess the alarm did go off. Maybe there isn't as much fear as I thought. No technical difficulties from my understanding. The one with the buys, the one with the tries, the one with the broad chest, the only John Borba.
What's going on? How do you know you're going to set up this?
No, the audio sucks. The Vikings are going to get whooped. JB, let's unplug it, plug it back in. Kind of like the Vikings career. We want to start over. We would like to be able to pull up and plug back in. No, it sounds terrible. Sounds terrible, Borba. If you keep showing up like this with their audio acting up, this is what's going to happen. We're going to have to ring the bell, Borba. We might have to.
We good?
Yep. You sound more beautiful than ever, brother.
All right.
JB.
Just had to get the things in order around the house real quick this morning.
And how was that?
You know, the morning routine, had to get everything in order. Well, we were good. I was right here on the screen. No technical difficulties. I think I got everything worked out on my end, so I think we'll be good. So
we're feeling gravy.
We'll be good.
Feeling great. How do we wake up this morning? I thought you were gonna pull up, decked out, Vikinged out. What's going on here?
No. It's just not one of those years to do that. I haven't worn, I don't think, any Vikings gear since like week 4 or 5. So, you know, it's been one of those years. But my thing is what I take away from each game. I guess my takeaways from each game. That's what I'm looking forward to. Obviously, this ain't it this year, but stuff to build forward for the future. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know. We're kind of in a position where we're the most cash. We literally have the most cash on this roster, more than anybody else, I think, in the league. I think like Pittsburgh's right there defensively, but as much money as we've given these guys in guaranteed money, I think we're first in the league right now defensively. And some of those guys that we paid, some of these free agents, I don't want to say haven't been showing up because they have started to turn that corner these past couple weeks. Our defense has really turned it around. I think one weakness in our run game, for our defense, is our run game. That is something that I can see you guys taking advantage of, especially like on a first down. On the first down, if you guys can establish a solid running game, maybe get 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, that gets you guys in second and manageable, third and manageable. It's the third and longs that I think, if I'm a Cowboys fan, would worry me, because our defense has been really good at third and long all year long.
That's what we've been the worst at.
So so this is an interesting game because for me, it's cut and dry. It's cut and dry for me. Um, to get the most success and for you guys to win this game and to possibly like run away with it, it's going to be how much pressure are you going to get at JJ McCarthy. Yesterday in an interview, he said it's he said the hardest thing to adjust right now for him is how fast the pressure was getting to him. And then on top of that, when he was working on the mechanics, when he was doing this and that, it was too much thinking, and the game is way too fast to be just sitting there and overthinking, because then mistakes happen. You force balls, you're inaccurate. You try to just throw the ball downfield without even reading a coverage. So there's a lot of variables into JJ's lack of play early on in his career. But last week we saw it when he doesn't get pressured, when he has time to make his reads. It was his most efficient game. He might have had two inaccurate balls, because he had a deep ball to Jefferson in that fourth quarter, I think, and it just wasn't there. If he places that better, it's a touchdown. But little things like that. So I think that's going to be huge, and I think last game really prepared him for another weak secondary. So it's gonna be dependent on your guys' pass rush and your blitz. You guys got to get to him. You guys got to hurry up everything, speed up his clock, because right now we've seen it over. I've seen it over and over. When a defense pressures the heck out of JJ McCarthy, it's rough on offense for us. It's so rough. That's what I think is the biggest thing. If you guys make him feel any sort of comfort, or he can be efficient, then I would be kind of nervous.
And it's almost like a perfect storm. Whenever you say that, and then you think of the Cowboys, the one thing that the Cowboys don't like to do is send pressure for whatever reason. So I wonder if
I think that changes.
Yeah, I wonder if Shoddy watching the film is thinking like, "Yo, Eberflus, this is the one game where we got to just stack the box and send the house." But the one thing that scares me the most is not 9. It's not JJ McCarthy, or it's not even his brother JJ, Jetta. It's actually Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones has been he's partaken in a lot of the nightmares that happened to me there at night. I mean, if we go back to him with the Green Bay Packers, I remember one game that we went to. Me and E-Rob sitting right next to each other, and E-Rob right before the game, he's like, "Do you know who Aaron Jones is?" At this time, didn't quite know exactly who Aaron Jones was. This was early in his career, and bro had like 4 touchdowns on the Dallas Cowboys in front of my face. This is my first time being in a suite, having the suite experience, and that chair was comfortable. The food was delicious. The beer was endless. But so were also the touchdowns that were coming from Aaron Jones. I think that's what scares me the most. Can the Minnesota Vikings establish their running game against this defense, who has been playing better as of the last 2 weeks? I know it didn't look great last week, but we're also not facing Jahmyr Gibbs again, and that's not a shot at Aaron Jones. It's more of me showing my respect to Jahmyr Gibbs. Don't want to say Jamar, because then I'll get tore up on X. But hey, JB, don't let me forget to let's go over a couple comments that we had on TikTok. You have a video that kind of, I don't want to say it went viral, 'cause it didn't go viral, but it had a lot of interaction. We had about 50 comments of people kind of coming after you because of you saying that there's the only question mark in Denver would be Bo Nix. A lot of folks are saying, what are the questions? What are the questions that you were talking about? So
Bring him on.
we'll get into that after this game. We'll hit the Packers Broncos. But on this game, JB, I mean, did you notice our 2 little mascots that we have here on the screen?
Yeah.
My mascot, his name is Rowdy. What is your? Do we know the Minnesota mascot's name?
That's
a fair
I know that we don't have Ragnar the Viking that used to be. Now we used to have like a legit like dude that was like dressed as a Viking, would drive like a motorcycle in and like and something happened there. He lost his job. Now we just have like a mascot. I've never really paid to like the mascot's a little bit newer.
Yeah.
I don't know the name of it. Let me see. Let me look that up real quick.
All right. Well, while you look that up, also throughout the show, guys, if you can help us, we're going to try to establish what our quad box is on our YouTube TV this weekend. Let us know what 4 games we should be having on our TV. 4 games.
Oh, Victor the
And we'll
Viking.
add those two. Victor the Viking. Hey, he's a
Victor the
dog.
Viking.
Actually, I think he has like. I think he's like. He's a little TikTok famous. Now I think about it, Victor the Viking. He's a dog. He does does like backflips, swings from the air. He's a pretty active fella, as some would say.
Yeah.
Pretty active fella. But JB, let's run through a couple keys to this Minnesota Vikings Cowboys game. This Cowboys defense has forced a tight window, less than 1 yard of separation on just 11.2% of opposing passes this season, the third lowest rate in the league. When those throws have been completed, the 5 touchdowns the Cowboys have allowed on tight window receptions are tied for the 5th most in the NFL. So we don't give up separation. But then when they do, they score. That sounds tough. This is the stat that scared me. This is the stat that scared me the most, JB. The Vikings defense have 5 different players with 25 plus pressures each this season, tied for the second most in the NFL with Eagles and trailing only the 6 such players on the Seahawks. Dallas Turner currently has 23 pressures and tied for the team lead in sacks with 5.5. Turner generated just 15 pressures and 3 sacks across all his rookie season in 24. Do tell about this gentleman, Dallas Turner.
Dallas Turner was a 16th overall pick last year, first round pick. Started off really slow. So obviously you have Van Ginkel and you have Jonathan Grenard coming off the edges last year. They both had like 13, 14 sacks. They both had really good years. So it was hard for Dallas Turner to get some play time. When he did, he didn't show. He's 22 years old, first of all, young dude. And this year, he's really turned it around. Jonathan Grenard, Van Ginkel, they've both had injuries this year, so it allowed a lot of play time for Dallas Turner. And he's really, especially the second half of the season, has really turned the corner. You'll see him set the edge a little bit better against the outside run. You'll see him get after the quarterback a little bit more. He actually forced a sack fumble against Sam Darnold when we were still in the game, when it was like 3-0. Like I think like in the second quarter before things got out of hand. So he's been making plays. He can also drop back. He's a quick dude. It's just I think what started him off. I think he was a little bit undersized coming out of college, so he was kind of getting bullied around a little bit. This year, he's added on like 15 pounds or something. Still really quick, everything like that, and he can drop back into coverage. He's very versatile, and that's exactly what Brian Flores likes in a defense. He likes a versatile guy that can either rush the passer or drop back into coverage or run his stunts, disguise blitzes. He can do a bunch of stuff like that because he does that with Van Ginkel and Grenard, who are essentially Grenard's been nothing but an edge rusher, but now there's times where he'll drop back into coverage, this and that. So there's a lot of disguise when we send a blitz. We drop back an edge rusher, and he fits the what B-Flow is looking for. So it's a good addition, and it's also good. His progress has been really good with his pressures, with his sacks. He's gotten, you just mentioned, five and a half sacks this year, forced fumble, a couple things like that. So I think those guys are going to be they're going to have to be the difference. Our whole front has to be the difference maker. I think if we can, our issue this year hasn't been so much of the passing game, it's been the running game that has really kind of exploited our defense. Now, to say that, there's another guy, Javon Hargrave, a veteran Super Bowl champion on that defensive line. First year, picked him up, paid him a lot of money. First half of the season was kind of non-existent. This second half of the season, he's kind of turned it around as well, and that has helped our run defense become a little bit more solidified. So we need to see Jonathan Hargrave. We need to see Jonathan Allen. We need to see Dallas Turner. We need to see Van Ginkel, Jonathan Grenard hold their run gaps, let the linebackers fill up the holes, and then put you guys into second and third and longs, because that's where we are really good at what we're really good at doing. So that's going to be the key, I think, defensively. And if we can win the turnover battle. If we can just win the turnover battle and JJ be efficient, it's a lot easier said than done. That's the key to victory. And of course, we got to get the run game going, of course, because that's another big factor.
Bills at Pats. We'll get there in just a second, Aaron. Yo, with the. Well, I don't want to spend too much time on the Cowboys Vikings. I know that's our two favorite teams, but we'll touch it at the end again. I'm sure we'll somehow circle our way back into it. But we'll just read a couple insights. I think y'all's key to victory is really, can we get the ball out of JJ McCarthy's hands out quicker, and can we win third downs? Dallas is its weakest whenever the ball gets out of the quarterback's hands quick, under less than 2 seconds. It seems to be like we struggle. As I told you last week, JB, our key to victory against the Detroit Lions was tackling. Can we make tackles? I think that's the same. I think that's the same recipe to success for this team this week. Is, can we complete tackles? Can we complete tackles? They have to. If they don't, it's going to be a long day. I mean, the boys in Viking uniforms also get paid millions of dollars too. Those boys are just as athletic. So, I think outside of JJ McCarthy's lack of consistency, this Minnesota Vikings team is actually pretty good. I mean, we saw it last year with Sam Darnold. So to me, it's a matter of the quick game for the Minnesota Vikings, and can they get off to a quick start? If they start off slow, man, JJ is going to get absolutely murdered. But the Cowboys have to change. They have to send pressure, bro. We cannot sit back in zone and let JJ McCarthy cook us. Let me read these last couple and then we'll move on here. JJ McCarthy, when defenses have elected to not blitz JJ McCarthy this season and instead drop 7 or more defenders into coverage, he has completed passes at the lowest rate in the NFL, 56.6%, while averaging the second fewest yards per attempt, ahead of only, guess who? Dylan Gabriel. That's a tough one. So everything that we're saying right now, it's like, all right, maybe we should just drop back in coverage.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's a wild stat, but it really is.
That happened too. Last week there was a lot of coverage, not a lot of blitz, and he kind of tore him up. The thing is if you watch, which I've watched a lot of I saw every single one of JJ's completed passes. He was 16 of 23 last week.
Not very many. Yeah.
He literally, out of his 16 passes that he completed, I would say 14 out of them were his first read, and the ball got out of his hand quick. That's what really, really was the difference, I think, to him being so efficient.
So let me read. With that being said, JJ McCarthy averaged a time to throw of 2.56 seconds in Week 14 against the Commanders, the fastest in his career by 0.28 seconds. On quick passes under 2.5 seconds, he completed 10 of 11 attempts for 85 yards and 2 touchdowns, all career highs. Entering Week 14, McCarthy had not completed more than 6 quick passes or thrown for more than 70 quick yards in any of the first 6 games of his career. The Cowboys have struggled with defending quick passes in 2025, allowing the second highest completion rate, 80.9%, and tied for the 10th most touchdowns.
That's what I think makes this game interesting. Is finally last week. First of all, we weren't playing like a really good defense, obviously, and everyone's going to say that, oh, it's just the Commanders, but we got like a rhythm, and I think that another issue that is not being said enough, obviously by like mainstream media and all this stuff like that, which it's not like the Vikings are really in the media anymore because we were 5-8, but Kevin O'Connell is, man, he's very stubborn in his play calling. And I think last week we finally saw, okay, what can make a rookie quarterback excel? Getting the ball out of his hands fast. What's another thing that can make a rookie quarterback excel is establishing a run game. And we had over 120, 130 yards rushing, which made things a lot easier. And the ball got out of JJ's hands fast because plays were designed that way. It's really not that hard. And then you develop simple concepts, simple pass concepts, especially against a team that loves to sit back in zone like you guys. Simple pass concepts will help beat that. So Get the ball out quick, simple pass concepts, and establish the run game. That's our best chance of winning. And hopefully, I want to see some big plays. I want to see some big plays because we have not had that offensively. I want to see JJ get involved. I want to see Addison get involved.
And this would be the defense to do it on. But let's pump the brakes. And the reason I'm being so calm and so chill is because I'm not nervous. I think the boys know what they got to do. They got to go out there and really this is a get right game. Let's be real. This is a get right game. The offense.
I hope we destroy Dak. We're going to make Dak look like the 32nd best quarterback in the league. Just because you're saying that. Just because you're saying that. Let's give that offense hell. I want to see George Pickens. If George Pickens don't get involved early, how does he react? How does he react? If CeeDee Lamb for
The
some
boys
reason,
just care about winning. You're worried about the wrong things, buddy.
no,
You're worried about
no.
the wrong things, buddy. Listen, buddy. Listen.
All right.
Listen.
Well,
The boys aren't worried about that. The
when
boys.
George Pickens isn't involved, look what happened. Got out of the game, didn't run his routes at full speed, didn't care to get the ball. Actually, didn't even fight for a ball on a slant that got picked off. That's what I want to see. Now with CeeDee Lamb, is he coming back? Is he going to be healthy? I kind of hope he is because I need him for fantasy. I got him on one of my teams, so I don't know what's going on with that concussion protocol. Still
No, he's coming
questionable.
back. He's gonna play. He is questionable as of right now. He's on the injury report. Another guy who's on the injury report that we kind of bypassed is Tyler Eaton, our left tackle. He is questionable to come back. If he comes back, I am for sure, absolutely not scared at all. I feel like the Cowboys will do what they do in Jerry's world and perform. I do think that will happen as long as our left tackle plays. If Guyan doesn't play, then my level of concern does rise just a little bit. Because the one thing that we've seen happen just time and time again in the NFL is when a left tackle is removed from the game, the quarterback definitely feels that effect, JB. But JB, with that being said, who's winning this game?
Just like, what do you want me to say, dude? Vikings. Like, I have to say Vikings. We've lost way too many times, y'all.
Yeah, we got to add one more. All right, Aaron Melendez said, let's go Bills and Patriots. So we're going to add the Bills and Patriots to the quad box here. So we'll have them on our top left screen as we lock in. He said Aaron Jones is questionable too. Yeah, hopefully he doesn't play, but I think he's likely to play.
He's going to play.
He's just on the report.
He's shown up questionable almost every week. I think they limit his practice just because he has been a little dinged up. You know, he's a veteran. You know, I don't know. We give the veterans
Jones,
like
brother.
a day off, dude.
Yep, maybe you shouldn't, and maybe that's why we're in the situation that we're in right now. Maybe that's why. But let's talk about this Bills Patriots game that's about to happen. Like, how we feeling? Josh Allen heading over, being able to redeem himself, or maybe being able to redeem himself against Drake May, who's on an MVP run right now. But some people are saying, hey, we got to relax. These guys have had nothing but a cakewalk to the position that they're in right now. And a lot of them are forgetting that they beat the Buffalo Bills on the road in Buffalo. What are your thoughts on this game, JP? How do you feel about Josh Allen?
This is going to be a big game for – obviously, it's a big game for both teams, but this is going to be a really big game for New England. People might be calling that game a little fluky, like how real was that win against the Bills, blah, blah, blah. Well, obviously, we've seen that the Patriots have been the cream of the crop, them and the Broncos this year in the AFC. Obviously, the Bills have had their ups and downs. They don't look as good as they looked in the past. But then again, it's in December now. Now we're going to start playing some real football. Now is, this kind of reminds me back in the day, like when Tom Brady would just steamroll through the whole AFC East. And I think he got upset. It was like a week 1 game against the Bills where they really handed over the Patriots a loss back in the day. And then they come back and play like in December during this time of the year. And they're like, it's like Tom Brady's like, okay, let's put down the hammer. You know what I mean? And they just ran away with the game. It's like, no, false hope. Do not, it's like we're back to reality. It's like you've seen Josh Allen, you've seen the Bills be good for so many years already. It's like, okay, does this team snap back and do they just put a beating on a young team? Like, did they just put this team in place, be like, okay, we're the head dogs of the AFC? That's what my mind is telling me, but like I don't know. This game's going to be really close. I think this game is really, really close. I think it's a physical game. Both teams need this game. I think which quarterback is going to make more plays and which quarterback is going to make the least amount of mistakes because we've seen it this year. And people have roasted me for this. I've seen in the comments. I read these comments. People don't watch our freaking videos, but I read the comments. They're saying that, oh, Josh Allen, he's not turnover prone. Blah, 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 blah. What are you talking about? Like, no, dude. They literally, their offensive scheme, his first 3 or 4 years, throw the ball heavy. It was a heavy pass game because they had no run game. They didn't have a James Cook a few years ago. So it was a heavy pass game. And then the run game was all Josh Allen. And then handed it off to a bunch of shelf stalkers, So
Whoa.
it's honest. It's honest. It's 100% honesty. And what happens when they develop this running game? It was last year or the year before when Josh Allen was really, really turnover prone. Halfway through the year, they kind of changed. They fired their offensive coordinator, if I believe correctly. They changed their whole philosophy. Heavy runs, heavy on the run game to get Josh Allen out of that groove of throwing turnovers. This year, because they haven't been winning as much and haven't been in the lead as much, it's forced Josh Allen to throw a little bit, and he has become a little bit more turnover prone, interception wise. So his interceptions have kind of creeped up, I think, since last year. So it's not, I think, I know, I've seen it. So that's one thing is that's always been, because Josh Allen's at this point of his career, I think we take Josh Allen as a gunslinger. Like he's got that type of mentality. He's a gunslinger.
Brett Favre, some would say.
He's just a newer version, kind of like a Brett Favre. There's a couple guys in the league like that, but he's a gunslinger. He's gonna take risky passes. You saw it last week on that 4th and 4 in the red zone where he was scrambling to the right, set his feet real quick, just threw a laser between 3 guys. It could have been picked off. It was just the tightest window. He's a gunslinger. We've seen it before in the past where he's made the same type of reads that get picked off. We've seen it. So they've done a really good job. Last year they did a really good job of playing with the lead, controlling the ball with the run game, and didn't put too much pressure in Josh Allen's hands. Because when you have a gunslinger like that, you're going to get good plays 70% of the time, maybe 80% of the time, but you're going to get a couple mistakes too each game. So that's
sure.
the most important thing. And I think now with New England, how they're turning the corner, they're a very physical team. Defensively, they're not afraid to hit you. They want to control the line of scrimmage. They want to get after the quarterback. They want to smother you defensively. That's that type of mentality. I think it's going to make an interesting game. It's just my mind always reverts back. It's like, okay, Josh Allen, he's been the king of the AFC East for a little while, the same way that Tom Brady kind of was ruling over it for all of his, ways when he was in New England. I see Josh Allen doing that, these last 5-6 years in the AFC East. My mind reverts back. Okay, Josh Allen's going to take that spot back. I see that, but I think Drake May is for real. So that's where I'm kind of like torn. I really don't know who's going to win this game.
This is a welcome to the NFL moment for Drake May. I know he's not a rookie, but this is probably
big prove it. Unknown prove it game. Prove it type
there
of game.
You go.
That's what we need to see. And that's my biggest question. And I say it every day. That's my biggest question for the whole AFC. It's a big unknown prove it game. This week, Broncos, it's a big unknown prove it game. With the Broncos too, it's the eye test. It's the eye test. Bo Nix has been holding this team back. He was, he's been playing better. He was like 31-38, something like that. This last game, it was a quick passing game, not a lot of risks, not a lot of deep shots. And during the mid to early part of the season, you could see it in the way that Sean Payton was calling the game. Like, I think early on, the first couple weeks, they were kind of like letting the playbook go. They were throwing Bo Nix out there, putting him in more passing situations, and he wasn't getting it done. The passes were late. The timing was off. There was balls in the dirt before they even reached the receiver. The arm strength wasn't there. Certain throws that needed the timing to be there. So that's what I'm talking about, Bo Nix, and it's another unproven quarterback. So this is another prove it game.
And that's not a shot. That's just, that's the reality of what it is.
It's literally the reality. It's not that I'm just roasting Bo Nix. Oh, he's awful. Blah blah blah. No, I'm not saying that. It's just this roster is ready to win, and your quarterback was kind of being held back, and we saw it. I mean, that game overseas, it could have just been because they were overseas playing the Jets, how conservative they were. Wouldn't even go for it like on 4th and 1s. Like we saw that. Like we saw not a lot of belief in Bo Nix in certain times when I felt like most, especially offensive-minded head coaches, would put their quarterback out there on a 4th and short, on a 3rd and short to take care of the ball or something like that. Like we didn't see that. They were playing like so safe with Bo Nix for half the games this season, if not more, if not all of them.
Yeah.
So that's my only thing.
Let me get you back.
Unproven.
We'll get to Bo Nix in a second, but I get your point. These are prove-it games for these two quarterbacks that whenever we say we have questions, it's only because they're not winning necessarily because of them. They're winning because of their defenses.
Don't
But
give me
Josh
no
Allen,
casual response. If you want a response in the comments,
you don't know
don't give me
ball.
a casual response. Like watch the games.
You can't call casual. You can't
It's
call
an-
someone casual, but
It's an
then
eye
not
test.
have
We've
a
seen
rebuttal
good
to it.
quarterback play. We've seen good quarterback play. We've seen crappy quarterback play. We've seen quarterback play that holds their team back. I wouldn't say it's necessarily bad, but there's just certain capabilities. And it was the same thing coming out of college. Like Bo Nix had a very good
Hey,
resume coming out of
Bo
college,
Nix is a good
but his
game manager
knocks,
as of right now.
yeah, his
As of
knocks
right
were
now,
always
he's
his
a
arm
man.
strength. Yeah, his knocks were his arm strength. His knocks were maybe not as versatile in college if that would translate over to the pros. I think he's a very good mobile quarterback. I think he's actually underrated for his athleticism. But I think you see it, at least in the throwing game, some of the where he falls short in certain areas. That's all
Yeah,
I'm
and I
saying.
mean, and we're also going based off the reaction of a diehard Broncos fan in Borba's friend Johnny, who came on a couple weeks ago, and really he had more of a question marks towards Sean Payton on how he was treating Bo Nix because of what he felt Bo Nix was capable of, but was not yet showing. That's all we're saying. That's all we're saying. If you're a game manager and you can accept that, that's cool. We've seen quarterbacks get to Super Bowls being game managers. YouTube comment, as I said to a response to a gentleman, I said, "Hey, Kyle Orton got to the Super Bowl. Does that make him an elite quarterback?" You know what I mean? Like you can't. Do you know if you know ball? I mean, answer that question, right? Just because Kyle Orton gets there doesn't make him a Hall of Famer. Like we
I mean,
can't forget
we've seen that a lot.
what was on the other side of that.
Yeah.
I mean, this defense is absolutely buzzing, leading the league in sacks and probably going to break a record, right? I think they're sitting at like 55, 56 sacks for the Denver Broncos. But let's get back to this Josh Allen game against Drake May, who's a potential MVP or who is an MVP candidate as of now. Santiago in the comments said, Josh Allen also has the most rushing touchdowns in NFL history by a quarterback. The run game moves through Josh Allen. I'm glad they got James Cook, but damn, took a while to get a run game outside of Josh Allen.
It did. That was the whole thing.
And we said that, and we've always said this is, I mean, we can go back years and years. We've always said the Bills won't win a Super Bowl if Josh Allen is their best runner, and I still believe that. But I do think that they do need to revert back to Josh Allen using his legs more to get them where they need to get, which is the AFC Championship. And then that's whenever, hopefully, at that point, James Cook can unleash and he'll be able to run the ball more effectively, more than what he's already have been doing. Their run game seems to have slowed down the last couple of weeks. Josh Allen has had to put on the cape. But, man, for this Bills team, just based off of the other defenses that we see, like it's hard for me to believe that Josh Allen's going to be able to throw on that cape in the playoff game after game after game, and then possibly having to do it on the road. I mean, Josh Allen's kind of set up for a generational run. A Dirk Nowitzki run is what I would compare it to. That's the likelihood of what he's going to probably have to face in the playoffs, and especially if they drop this game, man. If they drop this game, it's going to be rough sledding. Rough sledding. Who do you like in that matchup, though? Who's winning? Bills or New England?
I really just don't think I don't think the Bills are going to get swept. I think it's going to be a very close game. I think both quarterbacks are going to play good. I think the difference, and I'm going to say this,
Defensive
I'm going
line.
to preach this the rest of the season. I think this Bills defense is going to tighten up. I think they're going to get better defensively against the run. They're going to be optimistic. They're going to force turnovers. The defense is what's going to
Come
help
on.
this team become up and down. We get a roller coaster. 9-4. I think they're going to close out the year strong, and I think they're going to carry that over into the playoffs. And they're going to be a scary team to play when it does come to the playoffs because this defense is going to – they're going to lock in, I think. I really think this defense is going to lock in, and it's going to be what helps catapult this team to an AFC championship game. That's my take. That's what I think. I think it's going to be
Uh,
the defense.
So you're taking Buffalo, huh?
I'm going to take Buffalo. I don't see the Patriots because they are very young. I just don't see them sweeping the Bills this year.
You know what I compare it to? It's like I mean, I don't have a little brother, but my little brother-in-law, when I used to play video games with them, whenever you underestimate the little one just a little bit, and they kind of sneak a win on you, and then you're like, oh crap, let me tighten up. You've seen those video game memes where all of a sudden you're doing this, and the next thing you know is you're locked in here. I think that's kind of what happened with the Bills and Patriots the first time they met, and I think it's time for Big Brother to kind of take the reins back a little bit. I'm going to go with the Bills winning this game. I'm going to sit at a game at probably 24-20, somewhere along those lines. I do think it's tight. I like the Patriots. I think they're fun. What they got going with Mike Vrabel, they're ahead of schedule, way ahead of schedule, I think. And the future looks bright in New England, man. The future absolutely looks bright in New England. And them making some noise at home, if they can get that first round bye, I don't know, man. I don't know. All those haven't played anybody comments, they will get loud if they lose this game, but I think this team is good. This team is good. They got good defense,
They are.
and they can run the ball. And the one thing that we've seen from Drake May is he can flip the switch from game manager to being able to put the ball in the pocket. But I'm going to go with the Bills edging this one out. I'll agree with you there, JB. A couple quick picks, JB. Tonight's game, don't know how much it means to you. It means a lot to Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers. They cannot drop this to Kirk Cousins. They cannot drop this to Kirk Cousins. The Atlanta Falcons may be playing for a better draft pick position. Who you got winning this game? I'm going to go with the Bucs to be able to edge one out here.
Yeah, the Bucks have to win this game. There's no more diddle daddling, fiddle faddling, crinkle crackling.
Yeah.
Like there ain't no more of that, bro. Get it together. Offensively, they just took Mike Evans off of the injured reserve.
He's back.
So I don't know if he's gonna play tonight. I mean, I don't know. I don't know that.
Yes. According to Ian
Really?
Rappaport, Mr. Mike Evans will be playing today.
That's
Yes, sir.
so that I mean that's a big boost. That's a huge boost that you need. So yeah, man. I there's a lot more on the line for the Bucks. It'd be crazy to see Atlanta play spoiler.
Yeah,
Crazy to
and
see. And
we
here's the thing though,
this
that these NFC South matchups, dude, I don't know, they're freaking weird. We saw the Panthers bust down on the Falcons 30-0 earlier on in the year.
yeah.
And then I don't know, dude. We see the Bucks just fall apart right in front of our eyes. This is a game that points to the Bucks. Okay, we're getting healthy. We're getting healthy at the right time. We're getting Mike Evans back. Got Chris Godwin. Abuka hasn't been playing as great, but that's what I mean. He's a rookie. What do you expect? It might be
Yeah.
up and down a little bit. So now you got your receiver cast going. You got Bucky Irvin. You got Rashad White in the backfield. I think you just got to be efficient on offense. You got to be efficient. Baker's just got to sling the ball around, just unleash the rock, be accurate, move the chains, defense, be optimistic, and I think you get it done. Drake London's not going to play in this game,
Nope.
and
Out.
that's a huge loss. So I want to see Bijan with the ball. I want to see the Bijan with the ball every other play.
Bijan's got to get like 50 touches for the NFL. Good luck.
30.
To
Give me 30.
all those folks, JB, that made their fantasy
Please,
football playoff.
Please, Bijan.
Good
Give me
luck.
30 touches.
Good luck to all the folks that made the playoffs. I am ranked numero uno in my league. JB, where did you rank?
I just squeaked in. I think I was.
Squeaked in. Hey.
No, I didn't. Not in our league. I'm fifth. Yeah, I'm a fifth seed.
Had a baby, but all that matters, JB, is getting into the dance. We say this
Yeah,
over and over every
exactly.
week. Let's get let's just get into the dance and have a little bit of fun. Have a little bit of fun. I went from like, oh my goodness, I am crushing it to like, holy crap, Jonathan Taylor is going against the Seattle Seahawks defense. Should I start him in week 1 of the playoffs? Like legitimately, that's where I was yesterday. Okay, JB, that's how we're feeling.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
know. I don't know about Jonathan Taylor.
yeah, do you start Jonathan Taylor or Travis Etienne?
I would start ETN at this point. Taylor's just
Yo, fantasy football playoffs.
we're here. Fantasy football, we here. I'm winning.
Let me see your little. I know
was
you
gonna
go to
men-
those rages. I know you go to those rages. Or what are they? The raves?
You know what it is.
Buzzed out. Let's go, man. I'm gonna take the Buccaneers to win this Thursday night game. That was fun. Yo, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. When I listen to that, that's our new intro going forward. When it bumps, and Nate said in the comments yesterday, he's like, "Hey, this thing's a little bit of a head bopper." And I ain't gonna lie, when I hear it and I have it in my
I
headphones,
think we
just
did do
walking around-
good. If we suck at everything else, if we suck about talking at football, at least we have a decent intro.
Go ahead, go
Yeah,
ahead.
dude.
You're watching.
Yeah.
Let me see. Just the boys brushing their hair or combing. I mean,
There's not even no music, dude. And we're just
no, it's going. It's good. It's good. It's good. You don't hear it on your side?
no, dude. I don't hear it, dude.
Hey, my bad, brother. Did you hear that one?
I heard that.
All right. What's ready to fight? Let's move on to the next one here, JB. We got the Browns and the Bears, where it's going to be negative 20 degrees, is what is being reported. Crazy wind chill. DeAndre Swift will probably get the majority of the touches. He is splitting carries, though, as of right now. So DeAndre Swift fantasy owners, bit nervous, but Chicago are the favorites at minus 7.5 points. How are you feeling about this Browns and Shador being able to continue his success after going for 300 plus last week?
I think Shador still. I think he comes back and puts up another efficient game. I think the Bears defense really doesn't scare
Don't look
me.
ahead. Don't look
Really
ahead.
doesn't scare me. And what's crazy too. Another thing, how you talked about Swift and Monangai sharing carries. Last week we saw Tony Pollard rush for like a career high 150 yards, and I think that's ultimately like what kind of won Tennessee that game.
Yep.
Was just those breakout run plays, which was kind of uncharacteristic. Like, does it carry over into this game? I would like that because I got Swift in another league too, who I'm like, I don't want to start, but I kind of have to.
Yeah.
Like, I literally.
I think
don't
you
have
do
another
though.
league.
You do because he's
Yeah,
gonna get them. I think he gets to. If anything, if they get in the red zone tight, like say within 5 yards, I do think Swift would get that touch.
Yeah.
So
and
I would lean towards.
he'll get a couple more receptions out of the backfield too. So that's always a good thing too. So I feel good about that, but I just don't know how good I feel about it. But hopefully, I think Shador carries it over this week. I don't, man. It'd be crazy if the Browns pull off a win. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be
Go
close.
if there was one that you want to pull off, like if there was one that you wanted to pull
This is-
off, it would be this one. Shador. Hey Shador, you know that 5th round pick that they got? Well, if you beat the number 1 pick from the previous year, boy oh boy, man, all the Shador fans are gonna be out loud. I mean, I just saw Shannon Sharp complaining. He went from the Browns hate Shador, don't want to start him, to the Browns hate Shador. They want him to play against the toughest defenses in the league. Look what's coming up. Blah blah blah. So it feels like a lot of people are contradicting their stance on how they feel about Shador. I mean, ultimately, come on, Shador. Let's just have a little bit of success, and most importantly, let's give this Cleveland Brown fan base a little bit of hope. Why not on the road? Why not on the road? Because this is going to be a run-heavy
I like
game,
Shador.
and bro, and we're gonna. What's crazy is you're gonna hear the pad smack, absolutely smack. This previous week, like you can tell it's December football. I don't know if you noticed it in a lot of the games, like specifically the Chiefs one. where Rashee Rice gets smacked. I know that was one of the bigger hits of the weekend, but
They're
bro,
hitting now.
you can hear the pads
They're
cracking. It's
hitting.
December football, bro. December football, and I love it. This is when the men get separated.
I'm glad they
from
didn't throw the flag on that. Yeah, I'm glad they didn't throw the flag on that play, dude. Let's see
clean
some
tackle.
hits.
Clean tackle.
Make football
Great
aggressive again. Make
Let's
football
go.
aggressive again.
Yeah,
Make football
yes.
physical again. That's what
Make
we
it
need.
physical.
We need some hits.
That's what
We need
football
some
is, baby.
defense. Like we need
As
some
a
defense. It's December.
Jackson Dart, as Jackson Dart said, this is not soccer. We are going to get hit, and that's how I play. And I love that mentality from Jackson Dart, and that's why I got a little soft spot for the Giants right now, man.
That's what it is. Here's the comment: make football violent again. That's what we want.
That's
what we really want.
Browns. So you're gonna take the Bears? I'm taking the Bears to win.
No, I'm taking the Browns. Give me the Browns. I'll easily say the Browns. You know what? Even for that, dude, I'm starting Quinshon Judkins in all my leagues.
I would too. I'm not. I didn't even realize that was up for discussion. Why wouldn't you?
Man, because I don't know, man. Yeah, I guess you're right. I was overthinking it.
Yeah, that's wild. I mean, especially in negative 20 degrees weather.
Who would you take? Who would you take this week? Who would you take this week? Quinshon Judkins or Kyron Williams on the Rams against Detroit? How did they do against the run against y'all? How did Detroit do against the run?
I mean, we're playing from behind, so that's a tough one to compare.
Devontae Williams is still kind of gashing him for like 10 yards sometimes.
Yeah, what did he get? I think he had like 80 yards. I personally think that I feel like Junkins is going to get the majority of the touches. I mean, the weather is going to play a factor. It's going to be a bit windy. I think they're expecting 10 to 15 mile per hour winds. That's a tough one because it's hard. Like, who else do you got though? Because you have two running back spots, so you must have an elite guy there too. Who you got?
Yeah, I think I have either Devon Achane. Yeah, I have Achane, so he's RB1.
Hey,
RB2.
Your flex.
Flex, I think I'm starting Aaron Jones this week. I already said this. I'm starting everyone every week that plays the Cowboys. So I even though it's JJ McCarthy, I got Jordan Addison starting in one of my leagues. I'm scared because I might get bounced.
Oh, bro, please, boys. JB, I hate to do that because I want you to win money. I do want you to win money, brother.
And I think I got Jordan Addison in our league.
This might be the time that it backfires. The one time that you say, I mean, all year you've been on it.
But I do feel confident about Aaron Jones. I do feel confident about Aaron Jones.
And it probably made you feel better when that was the one comment that I made earlier this morning when I said that Aaron Jones is probably the one thing that scares me from the Minnesota Vikings. But he is questionable, and Dallas's defense has played better against the run the last 4 weeks. But you can, if you remove last week's game, they've done pretty great, and that was against Saquon. That was against the Chiefs and Ashton Genty. So it's possible. It is possible that Aaron Jones just has an absolute snoozer and is like 5 points. So
see, that's what I don't want.
Me personally, and this might be biased on my end, but I think you should go. You obviously start Achane. I think you go Judkins, and then who was your other guy? Not Aaron Jones.
Achane, Judkins, Aaron Jones, and then I don't really have no one after that. I got Kareem Hunt.
Wait, those are your 3 running backs?
Yeah, dude, in our league.
I would go running back heavy this game. Well, who do you normally put in the flex? You put a wide receiver?
Lately. Yeah.
And like who's the option?
Well, I had you traded me Marvin Harrison, but he's oh my god, he's been a letdown this past whole month. So I don't know. This other one that I'm talking about too is this is a 10-man league. See Kyron Williams at RB2, and then in the flex I put Jacoby Myers just because he's had a touchdown like in 2 or 3 weeks in a row. So that's hard. I don't know if I should just put Judkins in the flex. You know,
they're playing the Jets though. This is why I was like, should I start ETN over?
Exactly.
Over the
Jets, dude.
over Jonathan Taylor. Legitimately, Jonathan Taylor starting for week 1 in the playoffs for me just makes me nervous. It really makes me nervous because Riley Leonard's going to be the quarterback. Potentially Phillip Rivers gets some touches. Like, honestly, they're going to be stacking the box like no other. Is this a time where we should think about maybe sitting Jonathan Taylor and bringing in someone like ETN? Like, my running back room right now is Jonathan Taylor, Christian McCaffrey, and Javonte Williams. That's my 3. I got the 2 and then Javonte in the flex. But I'm a little confused because I got ETN on the bench and they're going against the Jets, who are one of the worst teams against the run game. And the Colts are going against Seattle, where the Colts don't have a quarterback, so they're probably going to stack the box. But it's like you're an idiot if you sit out Jonathan Taylor. Like I'm going to feel like an idiot if I scare myself out of starting Jonathan Taylor, and then he goes off for 25, 30 fantasy
I
points.
really don't. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy if he does that. But I just really that's I find that very less
likely. Garbage points. That's what I'm hoping for. Garbage points, because it feels like the Colts season is kind of falling apart here. JB, we have 10 minutes left of the show. JB, let's go through these games real quick. So you went with the Bucks. We went with the Bucks, and then I went with the Bears. You went with the Browns. The Ravens and Bengals, a game that matters more to the Ravens, but it doesn't feel like it matters at all to the world. Lamar Jackson seems to be regressing. Is it injuries, maybe, or is it just him?
Definitely injuries.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think it's got to be. But I think it's injuries on top of not playing very good, so it's making it worse.
Yeah, man, what's happening in Baltimore? It's going to be interesting how that offseason looks for them. Will they get rid of their head coach? If they do, how will the fan base react? It feels like the fan base is kind of ready to move forward, but we'll see how that plays out. We will see how that plays out in the offseason. I'm going to say the Bengals win this game. I think the way that Joe Burrow is talking in the media, seemingly not enjoying what football is right now, which I don't blame him. It's been a rough stretch for the Bengals, and hopefully they can figure something out for that offensive line. But a struggling Ravens team, struggling Bengals team, I'm going to take Joe Burrow over Lamar Jackson in this matchup.
Yeah, I just feel like Joe Burrow, they might not have nothing to play for, but I feel like Joe Burrow, he wants to beat these quarterbacks that are in his tier. You know what I mean?
He's got to get one.
He wanted to beat Josh Allen bad, and it really wasn't. I mean, the defense made plays. You know, they forced those 2 turnovers. I think Joe Burrow. I think they beat the. Well, I say that, and then T. Higgins, he's in concussion protocol. Yeah, so that's another thing. Man, this is a tough game. This is a tough game to pick. I think I would.
It's a coin flip.
Yeah, I think I'd go Joe Burrow.
All right, let's go. Chargers, Chiefs. Chiefs cannot lose this game. Chargers need this win to stay alive. Somehow, some way, the Chargers are still just sitting there in the wild card hunt. I mean, they are leading it, so they currently are in the playoffs, but they need to continue to win games. The AFC is so tight. Do you feel like the Chargers and Justin Herbert will be able to close out the season completely for the Kansas City Chiefs dynasty? This one's tough. Kansas City, 5.5 point favorites. I found that interesting.
That's crazy. I think I would. I really. Yeah. I still cannot count Kansas City out. Anything can happen. Here's the thing, though. They have to win out, but they also need help. They don't have the tiebreaker versus the Texans. They won't have the tiebreaker against the Chargers if they lose. So then they're definitely cooked.
They're done. No, they're done.
They're done.
This is the playoffs officially have started for them. I mean, it felt like they started last week, but they for sure start. But hey, if you're the Chargers, JB, you need to win this game. You need to win this game. It don't get easier after this week. Guess what? You go over to Dallas, AT&T Stadium, to face Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys, and then after that, guess what? You have the Houston Texans. And then to end the season on a potential exit from the playoffs, they would be facing the Denver Broncos. I mean, this is just as much a must win for the Chargers as it is the Chiefs. And I think the Chiefs get the win. I lied. Psych. Just kidding. I'm going to take the Chargers. Adam Schefter reported Chiefs left tackle Wanya Morris suffered a season-ending knee injury Sunday night versus the Texans. He would not be there. What did we say about left tackles, JB? What happens whenever they are removed from the game? The quarterbacks absolutely fail. A man that's already been running for his life.
Is that a backup?
Because I think they're already on their second one.
Yeah, because I think the left tackle, he broke his wrist.
So they're on their third. It's a bad look. Mahomes is already running for his life, man. I don't think they can overcome the injury bug that's kind of hit them. Yeah, I'm going to go with I'm going to take the Chargers win this game. I'm changing my mind there. Give me the Chargers.
For some reason,
You
I
just
keep
can't count
saying
out
the
the
Chiefs
Chiefs.
every week, dude. I keep saying the Chiefs every week.
The
It's like,
Chiefs.
why keep betting against them? Eventually it's gonna hit. I don't know, man. They're just not. They're not as good. And here's the thing: like, it's time. It's
Look,
not
Cheech
time
joined
for
the
a
chat.
rebuild. It's time for. I guess you can't call it a rebuild when you have like one of the best quarterbacks in the league. So it's never gonna fully be a rebuild, but you're going to have to reevaluate. Come back with a
You just gotta.
new
They got to beef up
plan.
the offensive line. That's really what it is. Like let's
Is what
focus on
it
the
is.
offensive line. Let's focus on protecting Patrick Mahomes. Like we've seen what it looks like when Patrick Mahomes is running for his life, and we've seen what it looks like when he has some time.
That's always a
So
downfall. Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think the offseason they're going to focus on the offensive line, and then the Chiefs will probably be back better than ever next year. But the Chargers, chance to close that door. You absolutely have to do it. You can't keep.
Yeah.
It's like the Chiefs. What they're going to feel like in these next couple of weeks if the Chargers don't win, it's going to feel like Michael Myers. It's like they kill him, but he just keeps coming back. They kill him, they just keep coming back. Halloween 2, Halloween 3, Halloween 4, Halloween 5, Halloween 6, Halloween 7. Like they're on Halloween 8 and it's still coming out. This is like the Fast and the Furious series. Like it's just going on and going on and going on and on and on and on and on. But
I think I would take the Chiefs.
I like it. All right.
Just have to take the Chiefs till they're completely out.
Bills, Patriots. We both said Bills. Commanders, Giants. I'm going to take the Giants.
Yeah.
All right. Giants it is. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't waste nobody's time. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Give me the Giants.
Yes. All right.
Give me the Giants.
Sorry, JV. Sorry. That game is not worth the airtime. Raiders versus Eagles. We absolutely need this. The only shot. When I saw that Kenny Pickett was getting the start over Geno Smith, I said, oh, thank you, Jesus. You are giving us an opportunity at something. But that opportunity isn't going to be there this week. I think the Raiders absolutely get torched, and the Philadelphia Eagles.
I think they're the worst team in football.
Yeah.
I think they're the worst team in football now.
I think they're thinking of Fernando Mendoza. I think that's what they see.
At this point,
they're focused on the college football playoffs. That's what they're focused on. Give me Philly. I'm taking the Eagles.
Yep, it's Philly.
But please, Jalen.
Can you imagine?
Please. Jalen gives up 1 or 2 a game. And what did you say yesterday? The Eagles need to revert back to using Jalen Hurts' legs. That is their recipe to victory. Allow that brother to go for 80 yards rushing on his legs, and the rest will open up, baby. The rest will open up. But Kenny Pickett, funny story, right? Super Bowl champ. That is a Super Bowl champ starting for the Las Vegas Raiders. So hopefully he will be able to shut down his former team. Jets and Jags. I'm taking the Jaguars.
Jaguars.
Cardinals, Texans. Give me the Texans. Texans are about to go on a run. -9.5 favorites is wild. That's so disrespectful.
That's a little too high. Yeah, that's a little too high. Considering that offense has been struggling, I don't think they win by 9.5. I could see it being like a 20-13 game, maybe.
Damn, man. This hour just went by so fast, bro. We're just barely getting to the good games. We're barely getting to the good games here. You got Packers versus Broncos.
Yeah.
This is the game where Micah Parsons has to show up. This is the game. We already kind of talked about Bo Nix and how you said this is the prove it game. All those comments, all what the comments you're saying about what are you talking about questions in Denver? It's not that there's questions. It's like the only thing that's holding them back. It feels like there's a bit of a tie on Bo Nix, and we just want to see it be expressed to the world. This would be the game to do it. But Micah Parsons, what did you get traded for? Why did we sign that fat check for you? This is the game where you go out there and you absolutely disrupt. You show why the Packers went out and got you. This is the game for me, and I think Vegas knows something because Green Bay is favored going on the road at -2.5 points to a tough, gritty crowd fan base in Denver. Who you got winning this game? I'm taking the Packers. Go.
I do want to go Packers just to prove my point. I want to go Packers to prove my point. And I'm not saying that Jordan Love is some freaking amazing quarterback because situationally he will. I don't like anything.
He'll give you one.
Jordan Love. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I don't like the way he throws the ball. I don't like how he throws everything off his back foot and it somehow works. Everything is underthrown. His little floaters are always underthrown. Like, come on, bro. I want to see him just get like pay for that. Pay for that. It shouldn't work. It shouldn't
It
work.
shouldn't work. It's Toyota-thon, baby.
I just really
Jordan Love.
dude.
Listen
I'm
to
just
this,
not.
Jordan.
That's what I'm saying. Like for me to pick the Packers this game, bro, it tells you the faith that I have in Bo Nix. Saying a
Yo,
lot.
relax. That's crazy. That's crazy work. The disrespect
like
on Bo Nix is nuts, bro. We got to relax. Just, I mean, he's a good quarterback. He's a great game manager right now. But hey, check out this stat. Love during Toyota-thon. 28 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. This was before last week. So now you add last week's touchdowns to this. Not during Toyota-thon. 29 touchdowns, 28 interceptions. And it's guess what time it is? It's Toyota-thon season, baby. So give me the Packers to win this game yet again behind
Very
Jordan
selective
Love.
stat. All you guys roast me on these selective stats, but when everyone else dishes them out, we don't hear nothing.
Go, Pat, go. Go, Pat, go. Give me the Packers to win this game. All right, JB. Lions at Rams. Matthew Stafford playing his former team. What a story. Hot offense. Electrifying team. MVP Matthew Stafford. This is really, to me, this is the game where Matthew Stafford can really just put a stamp on his MVP conversation. This is the one where he has to go off. He has to cook. But they got to be able to stop that running game, man. Jahmyr Gibbs is such a dog. He's got 187 carries, over 1,000 yards on the season already with 13 touchdowns. Will that continue for the Detroit Lions? Who you got winning this game?
Oh my gosh. Oh man, it's a tough one. I don't know.
This one's tough. I'm gonna go with the Rams. But the Lions, with their backs against the wall, after that big
That's what I'm
win,
saying.
they had a mini bye to be able to get healthy.
Rams, they have to. You got to get pressure on Jared Goff. You got to disrupt his timing. If you can do that, you guys will win. They're going to use Jahmyr Gibbs in every way possible at receiver, running back. I mean, everything. They're going to use him in every way you can use him because it's another element on the field that this team, like Jahmyr Gibbs might be the best playmaker in the league.
Yes.
Who else?
CMC. Christian
McCaffrey.
McCaffrey.
Jahmyr Gibbs is more explosive than CMC. So, he is a playmaker, but dang, Jahmyr's just that much more dangerous. It feels like
they're both equivalent to one another. I do give Jahmyr the head. I do give him the head there. And I was reminded last week.
Look at that.
Oh, that was a tough shot. Oh, that's rage baiting. I get it.
Yeah, rage bait. Rage bait. I mean, it is true. We've never drafted a good quarterback since Fran Tarkenton, and that was 100 years ago. So, golly, man. Rams. It's got to be. You feel like Stafford would control the game, and as long as he doesn't have 2-3 turnovers, I don't see the Rams losing. I can see it being a shootout. I can see Jahmyr Gibbs going off, but I think the difference is how can the Rams be creative on defense to bring pressure up the middle for Jared Goff. I think the Vikings displayed that the best so far this year for Jared Goff, to get him off his timing, to get him off his rhythm. That's huge. But then to counter that, quick developing pass plays. Jahmyr Gibbs, quick out of the backfield. Jahmyr Gibbs, quick on a screen. Jahmyr Gibbs, motion across the field, little flat route screen, blah, blah, blah. Get some blocking downfield. Just get Jahmyr Gibbs involved quick. And then the intermediate passing game opens up.
If it's a shootout, who wins? Jahmyr Gibbs, 23 years old, 52 touchdowns in his career, including the playoffs. Devontae leads the NFL with 14 receiving touchdowns. And Matthew Stafford leads the NFL with 35 passing touchdowns. And Jared Goff ranks second with 26 passing touchdowns. This feels like it's set up for a heavyweight offensive fight here. I'm taking the Rams, though. I'm taking the MVP.
I'm going to take the Rams. I think I'm going to take the Rams. There's more on the line. I mean, this is the Lions' season pretty much. They have to win this game, but I think I'm going to take the Rams because I believe in that defense a little bit more. And Puka and Devontae Adams are game changers. As long as they can keep just control the rock. No mistakes, no turnovers. Maybe one turnover is fine, but let Puka make a couple splash plays, get a couple touchdowns. Let Devontae Adams at the goal line touchdowns. A little bit of that.
Them boys are going to be on NFL Countdown.
I think
week
that's
after
it.
week. Moss and folks. All right, we're both taking the Rams. Let's go ahead and finish this off. Panthers, Saints. I am going to take the Panthers to. That one's gonna be tough. But give me the
Saints beat the
Panthers.
Panthers earlier this
Yeah,
year.
let's get back. They're gonna split it. It's in New
Yeah.
Orleans. This one's tough.
You gotta believe the Panthers win. But here's the thing, Tyler Shaw, he's been playing good. Saints quarterback.
Quarterback.
So he's been playing good. It's just the Panthers got things to play for now. So this is like a prove it game too. Like, I mean, it really is. It's a division game. You can't really afford to lose this game at all because you do have the Seattle coming into town, right?
Yep.
So you got to win this
Sure.
game. You got to win this game. Panthers, you have to win this game.
Come on, Bryce Young. Make it happen. Titans versus 49ers. Quick one. I'm going with the Niners here. And last one, JB, before we send off these beautiful people to work, the Colts versus the Seahawks. I'm going to take the Seahawks, but I absolutely pray that Jonathan Taylor does something. Who you got?
Seahawks.
Seahawks. Hell yeah. All right, man. Well, appreciate you guys rocking with us today. It was a wonderful day on this beautiful cold morning from Roswell, New Mexico. Don't forget, we will be back on Overreaction Monday, 6:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. Tim will be joining us next week to let us know what's all the happenings in the college football world. What the hell happened in Michigan? He will have all the news for us on Tuesday. And the gentleman that stood us up, he will be back on Tuesday as well. Kind of overslept the whole thing, which I get it. 6:30 in the morning, but also, aren't you going to work at 8? So why aren't you up? But I also found out that before this, JB was waking up at 7:30. That's the bachelor life, baby. Living
7:30, yeah.
Yeah, living good. So shout out. But again, appreciate you guys rocking with us. Don't forget to tell somebody you love them today. It's a good day to tell a friend that you absolutely love them because you never know what they're going to. And sometimes somebody just needs a hug or a simple hello that could change the trajectory of not only their day, but possibly their life. Let's enjoy the weekend. I hope all your bets cash. Good luck to all the fantasy football players that's teams made the playoffs. Good luck to you, unless you're playing me, Kevin Kelly. I hope you lose, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Speaking Out Loud. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. Shout out PMS. See ya. Oh, Jay.
Fell asleep.
Oh.
My producer falls asleep.
See how bored I? No, I forgot. He told me he had to leave early. Ladies, see ya.